It's September in Wisconsin and the grapes are absolutely perfect to make some grape jelly. So let's do that today. It doesn't look like it, but this whole vine is loaded up with these beautiful dark purple grapes. Just gonna keep filling this bag up until it's as full as it can go. I know, I'm very stylish, you guys. These are just absolutely loaded up. Here's all the grapes. We got an entire bag full, so let's go to the next step. Now that all of our grapes are picked, we're going to begin the most time-consuming part, which is taking the seeds out and the skins off of the grapes. So this is my vintage, whatever you want to call it. This is what I grew up with my mom using. It was my grandma's, so it works great. We also have one that connects to the KitchenAid, but the grapes are really hard on it. I would rather just use the tomatoes with that. So what we're gonna do, I have this huge bowl. This is my Martha Stewart bowl. And I'm just gonna put this in there and we will get started.
It would, but I'm doing.
Now we're gonna take this little doodad and go like this. You can see the juice starting to come out and the skins are coming off, which is exactly what we want. Here is the juice and here is all of the leftovers. This was that huge bag. I already did half yesterday, so now we have to just strain this through a cheesecloth and then we're gonna start boiling it. So I have already ran my juice through a cheesecloth, but now for safe measures, I'm also going to run it through a mesh strainer. This is just gonna make sure I have all the extra gunk out of there to really ensure that I have a nice, clean looking jelly with no extra stuff in there. Now that all the tedious stuff is out of the way, it is time to start making our jelly. Something to note though, since we're going to be canning this jelly in a water bath canner, we want to make sure that that water is already boiling because it does take a while for that to warm up. So that is going on outside. Another thing to know is we want to make sure our glass jars are sterilized, prepped, and ready to go along with the lids. After straining everything, we have 20 cups of grape juice, but that is a lot to do at one time. So we're going to split this recipe in half and do 10 cups of grape juice. We're also doing that because we want to ensure that the jelly sets up properly and it really cuts down the risks of scorching our jelly. So we're going to start warming that juice up and we're going to add the pectin and sugar in a separate bowl. We're going to add 2.5 boxes of pectin along with 1/4 cup of sugar. Since I knew I was going to be doing a large quantity of this, I actually opted to buy the pectin that came in this little jar. So if you end up doing it that way, I'm actually doing a little more than 8.5 tablespoons of the pectin. So go ahead and place that mixture in there and bring that to a rolling boil for about a minute. And now we can go ahead and place the remaining cups of sugar in, which is going to be about 7.5 cups of sugar. Add that all at once and again return that to a rolling boil. Sometimes it's tricky to know when your jelly is set. So one trick that we do is place a spoon in some ice cold water, dip it in your jelly and get a spoonful of it. Let it sit at room temp for a minute or two, and then you can go ahead and feel if it's set, and this one looks good, so we are good to go. And if it doesn't seem set, just continue that and boil for another minute and check it. Now let's fill our jars up. So grab a funnel and you're gonna fill the jelly up in the jar until there's 1/4 of head space. This allows some air movement, so then when we're canning, there's no explosions happening. Make sure you wipe the top of the jar and place the lids on top to ensure there's a nice seal. And tighten the lid until it's fingertip tight, which means just until you feel that it's tight. Don't do it too tight and don't do it too loose. These have been in here for about 5 to 6 minutes now. So let's carefully take these out. Oh, I already heard a pop.
Pop.
Oh, another pop. Another pop. That's the best part. I love hearing those pops. It's so fun. Perfect. Now I'm gonna do the other half of the batch. Make sure you always put the lid back on so this water can get back up to temp. Here is all of the grape jelly. So out of the 20 cups of grape juice, I got about 10 and a half, 11 pints of jelly. So these are the ones I did first. You can tell it's starting to sort of set up. This is the second batch that I did, and this one's still pretty unset still, so we will come back in a little bit and check them. Of course, we want to label these, and we always label them MG, and then we'll do 9 of 25. MG is near and dear to my heart. My dad his initials are MG, and so are mine. So he's always put MGs in all of his cans. So now that I'm canning, I always put MG on there. And then it's also fun because my husband's initials are also MG. So we just write MG on all of our stuff. As you can see, it's been a few hours. It's pitch black out now, but Wisconsin in September, it's crazy how dark it gets so early. It's only 7 o'clock right now. This is still pretty soupy, so it's not set at all, but this was sitting on the counter and it's only been like 2 hours. This one's definitely starting to thicken up. I had this one in the fridge, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on some toast. This is some of my homemade sourdough bread, which I can link that video below of where I make it. It's so good. So here's the jelly. Like I said, it's definitely starting to thicken up. Honestly, I think it's like good to go. Ooh, it smells amazing. Yum. All right, let's give it a try. Literally just summertime, just stuck in a jar. It's so good, so fresh and delicious. I don't like to make mine super sweet, so it's got the perfect like balance of every different flavor. 10 out of 10, so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.